to you once again. Every good story must come to an end. When your story is told, I'll be proud to say you're my friend. Political stalwart, clearly you prove to be. Great things are possible from the belly of poverty. Fastest political victory in Northwest constituency. Then you rose to lead the NMP. While some say you didn't play to fear, you knew that your vision was clear to take your party into another gear. Northwest was quite impressed. You gave them your very best. Farewell, we wish you well. And inside of the NNP, you build pillars for eternity. Farewell, we wish you well. For all those years of struggle, sacrifice and hard lessons. Farewell, and thank you. On 5 occasions you were our PM and dedicated yourself to solving our problems. You are champion for health and education. To secure the future, you build the infrastructure. In your heart is a special place for the poor and vulnerable. That is why they are in love with you. Some say you ride the backs of the poor until they could carry you no more. But you lifted them, that's what history would show. You provided opportunities, free school to university. Farewell, we wish you well. And inside of the NNP, you build pillars for eternity. Farewell, we wish you well. Some bad times we've been through, you always stand with the people. Farewell, and thank you. On politics, you left an indelible mark. Over 40 years straight, you never lose a spark. You are the goat, the likes of which we never see. No one could come close to eclipse your legacy. 15-0 election night, we witness you do that twice. Longest serving MP in this times. They call you polarizing figure. Hate or right, that did not matter. Cause Grenada was top on your agenda. The way you run a campaign, you change the nature of the game. Farewell, we wish you well. In the house, contributions were made. You were the ace of spade. Farewell, we wish you well. You fell short of walking miracles. Accept this from the people. Farewell, and thank you. You just hang up your guns, and so I pray for the good Lord to bless and protect you day by day. Hero, you did great, and now we are in a better state. So we salute you for all the good that you do. You gave us a good entry into the 21st century. Now we fit, we set and ready. Some say you acted selfishly, rewarding friends and family, but you led us on the road to prosperity. We were once to be you instill confidence. Farewell, we wish you well. In every aspect of Grenada, your influence will linger. Farewell, we wish you well. For all those years of struggles, sacrifice and hard lessons. Farewell, and thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Kaiso. Good night. War. From the hills of Butch Grove, a champion rise, with one thing in mind, to improve people's lives. She was a teacher, so faithful and kind. She made sure no children was left behind. Some people want to know what is her qualification. I tell them she have a master's in business administration. But if that's still not enough for all you to contemplate, the next thing that all you go hear, Emmeline Pierre have a doctorate. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister, someone who cares about the future. The diaspora wants a female prime minister. Oh, the people from near, people from far, want Emmeline Pierre to be the prime minister. Little children, grandma and grandpa, say they want a female prime minister. I remember when Emmeline came on the scene, I always knew she was heading for great things. The way she talked to the people in the public, we appreciate you, Emmeline girl, when you speak. For so many years, she saw us in politics. The first time the woman run, Patrick Simmons give her some licks. But she never give up, the woman never quit. That is how I know she have determination and grit. People from here, people from far, what they want? Female prime minister. Yeah, someone who cares about the future. The diaspora, female prime minister. Yeah, people from there, people from far, want Emmeline Pierre to be the prime minister. Hey, little children, grandma and grandpa, say they want just a little. Emmeline could talk, that woman could debate. Her mind real sharp, she should be running this state. A woman of faith, her tolerance is so great. She does compensate when people illiterate. So many detractors throwing dirty remarks. One thing that I know, you could never present no facts. This woman they call Emmeline Pierre, she is so glorified. Say what the hell all you want. Only limit is this guy. People from there, people from far, what they want? A female prime minister, someone who cares about the future. The diaspora, hey, people from there, people from far, want Emmeline Pierre to be the prime minister. Little children, grandma and grandpa, a female prime minister. For so many years, this woman stood for a cause, overcame obstacles and break down of barriers. Never got involved with political wars. Her main objective was helping the sufferers. This woman had just fun when you cannot make ends meet. Emmeline very down to earth. She does support vendors on the street. What you think I'm asking? Just give her a chance. Time that we put a woman in charge of we governance.
People from here, people from far.
What do you want?
A female prime minister.
Hey,
Someone who cares
about the future, the diaspora.
What's a female prime minister?
Hey, people from
here, people from far.
What they want?
A female prime minister.
Someone who cares
About the future.
I ain't done yet.
What's a female prime minister?
I tell Emmeline, y'all go assemble a team, because this sweet little country need rescuing from them vampires who run in the system. It's only the friends and family that benefiting. So I'm asking all you, show love for this lady, because I think she deserves to be treated like royalty. Once again I'm asking, give the girl your support. A better standard of living is what Emmeline promotes. People from near, people from far. What they want?
A female prime minister.
Someone who
About the future.
the diaspora.
A female prime minister.
Hey, people from near, people from far. Want Emmeline Pierre,
To be the prime minister.
little children, grandma and grandpa. Say they want a female prime minister. Female power. Papa Jerry.
Yeah, this is history. The first female prime minister of Grenada, Emmeline. Yeah, this is history. The first female prime minister of Grenada, Emmeline Pierre. Ha! From the hills of Butch Grove, a champion rise, with one thing in mind, to improve people's lives. She was a teacher, so faithful and kind. She made sure no children was left behind. Some people want to know, what is her qualification? I tell them she have a master's in business administration. And if that's still not enough for all you to contemplate, the next thing that all you go hear, Emmeline Pierre have a doctorate. People from near, people from far. What they want is a female prime minister. You hear, sir? Someone who care about the future, the diaspora. Want a female prime minister. Oh, people from near, people from far, want Emmeline Pierre to be the prime minister. Little children, grandma and grandpa, say they want a female prime minister. I remember when Emmeline came on the scene, I always knew she was heading for great things. The way she talked to people in the public, we appreciate you, Emmeline girl, when you speak. Because so many years you suffer in politics. The first time the woman run, Patrick Simmons give her some licks, but she never give up. The woman never quit. That is how I know she have determination and grit. People from near, people from far. What they want is a female prime minister. You hear, sir? Someone who care about the future, the diaspora. Want a female prime minister. Hey, people from near, people from far. Want Emmeline Pierre to be the prime minister. Little children, grandma and grandpa, say they want a female prime minister. Emmeline could talk, that woman could debate. Her mind real sharp, she should be running this state. A woman of faith, her tolerance is so great. She does come when Emmeline came on the scene. I always knew she was heading for great things. The way she talked to people in the public, we appreciate you, Emmeline girl, when you speak. peace in politics. The first time the woman run, Patrick Simmons give her some licks, but she never give up. The woman never quit. That is how I know she have determination and grit. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. Yes, sir. Someone who care about the future. The diaspora want a female prime minister.
And good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I will be with you until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 17 minutes after the hour of 8.
Grandma and grandpa.
To take care of some technical business in the background. That is why we're starting a bit later than normal.
That woman could debate. Her mind real sharp, she should be running this state.
I'm saying a special good night to all of you listening locally, regionally, and internationally.
She does compensate when people illiterate. So many detractors.
Let me say a good night to those of you listening down in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
Who never present the facts.
Lisa Windsor.
She is so glorified. Say what the hell all you want.
Good night to you and your husband.
People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister.
Let me say good night to Donna and the entire household down there in Marabella.
The future, the diaspora want a female prime minister. People from near.
My good schoolmates who I've been to school with, who are listening in Trinidad and Tobago and Canada and the US, etc. We say a good night to all of you, yeah?
Grandma and grandpa.
Bit nostalgic, yeah?
A female prime minister. 20-something years, this woman stood for a cause. Overcame obstacles.
What do people want?
Never got involved with political wars. Her main objective was helping the sufferers. This woman had the spun when you cannot make ends meet.
And a reminder, it's that time again. Donations, whether it's $20, whether it's $50, whether it's $10, whatever you can. The time is now, yeah?
In charge of we governance. People from near, people from far, what they want.
Yeah, we've got to make sure we cover everything. We don't want to be slipping.
One who cares about.
And then we're not on during next week. Just a reminder, tomorrow night is going to be our final program for the week. We will not be on Friday, so tomorrow will be our final program for the week. Unless something comes up tomorrow special and we decide that we have to do a program on Friday to deal with that.
I tell Emeline to go assemble a team.
Ranks, good night, bro.
Because my sweet little
Alban, Claude.
From them vampires.
Fatman George, good night to you.
Is only their friends and family that bend.
My good listener over there in Oshawa, good night to you. Patricia and Matthew.
To show love for this.
Camille Teresa Scott, good night. I hear your voice this morning, I feel good.
Once again I'm asking to give them your support. A better standard of living is what Emeline promote. People from near.
Let me say good night to the market vendors, yeah, and the vendors at the fish market as well.
Someone who care about the future.
The bus drivers, good night to all of you.
What a female prime.
Bus drivers, conductors.
People from near, people from far, what Emeline.
Do hope all of you have been having a wonderful day today.
Put vendors on the street.
To all of you who are back in the spice for the carnival season, or you're just back in the spice to visit relatives, loved ones, or whatever reason you're back, we say a welcome home.
People from far, what they want is a female prime minister. Someone who cares about the future.
I know, I never liked that word diaspora, and it's never been a word that I like, yeah?
People from near.
I think whether you're here, whether you're there, you're Grenadian, isn't it, yeah? As I'll continue to say, I do believe that everyone in the diaspora has their part to play once they follow the laws and the rules. They have their part to play in the electoral process and all other processes here in Grenada. Just make sure that it is in line with the laws of Grenada,
from them,
how you do what you do.
who run in.
But on top of that, we have to make sure that you are well educated as regards what is taking place and what has taken place in Grenada, because there's a lot of false information that goes out to you. And if you all recognize something, they can't do programs and say that I'm lying, you know. They could never do that. They can't do programs, others walk with me receipts. So they can't say that we are lying on this program or we're putting out false information. When we put out information, you know it's good tobacco, well pressed. We will not encourage you not to listen to other programs or that sort of thing, but you have to properly educate yourself regarding the reality of what Grenadians are going through. You cannot hear people crying out and saying that they are going through hard times here in Grenada, that they are having problems, that the cost of living continues to just multiply and increase on a monthly basis. It's nearly every week now you're seeing increases in relation to basic items. And while that is taking place, some people are trying to give you the impression all is well in Grenada. All is not well in the Isle of Spice, yeah?
Say they want a female prime minister, 20-something years.
Part of Shakespeare says there's something rotten in the state of Denmark, yeah?
And
That's how it goes, something like that. Trying to remember my Shakespeare, yeah?
with political wars. Her main objective was helping the sufferers. This woman had us bun when you cannot make ends meet.
I think that's Hamlet, yeah?
Bring down to earth.
No, not Hamlet, Mark. Hamlet as in Shakespeare Hamlet, yeah?
So what it is I am asking, to give Emmeline a chance. It's time that we put our woman.
And let me say a special good night to political leader of the New National Party, the Honorable Emmeline Pierre. Good night to you, huh?
From far, what they want is a female prime minister. Someone who cares.
And some folks have been messaging me. Some have been asking me when they see me. Some have called and asked about Monday being on holiday. I have no information that Monday is a holiday. So as far as I know, and as far as the information I've seen out from the government of Grenada, Monday is not a holiday. Saturday is a holiday. Friday is not a holiday. Saturday is a holiday. All right?
A team, because my sweet little country need rescuing from them vampires.
So Saturday is Emancipation Day. There is no holiday on Monday. Monday is a normal working day.
Lord, so
I've seen no information coming out from government to the contrary. What I have seen is on their schedule of public holidays for the year 2026, that Saturday is the holiday. They have no, before time, sometimes you have a holiday on a Saturday, so the Friday, yeah, or on a Sunday, so the Monday. No, in this instance, the holiday is Saturday. So don't think you can go and do what you had to do on Saturday, and so no. You've got to do it either tomorrow or on Friday, yeah?
people from far,
And Monday is not a holiday, so find yourself on work, eh?
minister, you hear my little children, grandma and grandpa, yeah. Say they
Well, someone has decided to call. Hello, good night.
Hello.
Hi, good night.
I'm happy, so happy that you clarified that, because I had a discussion with somebody today, and they was telling me Monday is a holiday. And I tell them I didn't hear that. I hear Saturday is a holiday. So I'm so happy that you clarified that is to the listeners, they're hearing and they know, well, Monday is not a holiday, and it's Saturday. So I thank you so much for clearing the air. Praise God for you, because if you wasn't able to give people information and help people in getting contangled with what is outside and what is inside, you're failing, But I thank you very much. Have a great night until we could talk again.
No problem,
Bye-bye.
my dear. No problem. Yes, folks, and yes, you can call. That's not a problem. You can call at any point in time. You can give us a call. Yeah, I just thought, because I did get some calls regarding that. And as I said, the list of public holidays does not include Monday coming. That is not a public holiday, yeah? So only Saturday, not Friday, not Monday, only Saturday. So make your plans and your preparations in accordance, yeah?
Politics. Now so many things I will have to fix. So I go fix up them old police station to hold those who murder and rape. Because I fed up reading the media about an ex-prisoner escape. And I go fix up all those items
And tonight I have to mention some stuff about renewable energy under the new National Party, yeah?
Smooth along the side of the road and leave them balling with them out.
Because I just want to clarify some things, because there's some narratives that are being spread out there that I think need to be, not that I think, but I know need to be corrected. You see, it's one thing to go out there and spread these stories. It's another thing to provide factual information to back it up. And I recognize that there are groups of people that are out there, and right now they realize elections are coming up, so they're just throwing all kind of information out there, throwing all kind of fake thing out there. No, we can't allow that to continue. We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night, caller. Go right ahead.
Hello, good night, Shalon.
Hey, how you doing, my dear?
Hi, good.
Okay, you go right ahead.
I want to say good night to Miss Connie and all the talking points. But Shalon, you must tell me good night to Auntie Ann. You know, make me feel real jealous, and I hear you telling everybody good night, and you really tell me a good night, and I just watch it every night.
Nenny, sorry, good night.
I love the calypso. I've been dancing all on the bed.
Yes, Nenny, I will make sure that I
So
say
how
good
you
night
do?
to you. I'm good, you know. Everything is
Anytime
okay.
I'm going to, I'm going to leave a little dot in my slim much, and I'm going to leave a little
No, we
donation in Connie for you.
We appreciate everything, Nenny. We appreciate everything.
And
But
you're
we
looking so
appreciate
nice
you.
and beautiful on the TV.
Hey, Papa, you may be on the wrong channel.
No, they're on the right channel. Yes.
But we appreciate more than anything else. We appreciate the fact that you're listening.
Yes,
we appreciate the fact
I really thank God,
and we thank
for
you
life
for
and
calling.
health and strength.
Yeah.
And at my age, at 82,
Wow.
oh God, I can't desire better. God is so good. I had so much pain and thing in the knee and thing, and I get a little thing on the TV, and I mix it up, and I start to do it, and now I don't have no pain. I could kick a man, you know, with my knee right now.
You're fighting Kung Fu.
Yes. Well, I didn't even know Saturday was a holiday night, I know.
Yes, it is. And I
Yeah.
thought it important to say it here because remember the
Yes.
Emancipation Day is
Yes.
now officially August the 1st.
Yes,
So
I know
Saturday,
that from
yeah.
before we all time used to have the holiday on Monday.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But a decision was taken by the government to officially enact August
Yes.
the 1st as a holiday. So sometimes it might end up on a Saturday, a Sunday, a middle of the week, different things like that. So in this instance,
Yes.
it is a Saturday. But there's no holiday on the Friday. There's
Yes.
no holiday on Monday. Friday is the holiday.
Yes.
Saturday is the holiday.
Yes, and I want to say good night to all the beautiful candidates, especially my next Prime Minister.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, and good night to my ex-Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell. I
Yes,
love
indeed.
you, and I love every one of them candidates, although I may not know them, but
Believe
just
me,
watch them on TV. But
They
the
know
person
you,
I will really like to know to see face to face is Miss Emmeline Payne, my
Okay.
next Prime Minister. I want to see her, to give her a big hug and a kiss.
well, you know, I have to talk to one of your daughters. Well, you know, it's one alone I could talk to. I can't
Well,
talk to the next
Lindana.
one. Lindana I could talk to. I can't talk to the next one. I'm a friend, but I can't tell how to bring Emlyn by you.
Yes. And I want to say good night to all my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, and all my friends, and also my enemies.
Well, we don't have enemies. We have people that don't like us.
Yes.
We have time for that. We just have
Yes.
people that don't like us, and we don't bother with that.
Yes, I enjoy the program, man.
Yes,
I sit
indeed.
down on the bed, so I look at thing with my hand there, you know.
Well, Papa, you have to teach me. Next thing I have
Yes.
to make clothes and a carriage by Helen Marie.
Yes. All
All
right.
right, my dear. You have a wonderful
All
one,
the
Nenny.
best. Eh?
You have a wonderful night tonight.
Yes.
Yes, indeed, Nenny. All right.
Yes. All
Blessings.
right. I love you.
Love you too, Nenny.
All right.
Yes,
And
indeed.
always tell me good night, Auntie
Yes.
Ann.
Yes, Nenny. Auntie Ann or Nenny. Once you hear Nenny, you know it's you.
Yes. All right.
All right, my dear.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
God bless.
And you know, there's a thing you hardly hear people call people again. I know when I was growing up, you used to call elder lady who is not a direct relative, might be a godmother or so, Nenny. So in her instance, you would hear me saying Nenny. Them young people, they know what we're talking about, but that's what you used to call somebody, the elder people, the elder to you. They're like an aunt who is not a blood relation, Nenny. You understand? So that is Nenny or Auntie Ann, right? Beautiful. 4407377. Yeah, you can call. You can call at any point in time. Yeah.
Station to hold those who murder and rape. Because I'm fed up.
I know one of the questions, because I've got several questions tonight. As I said, we won't be on during the week next week. Well, let me just say we won't be on, because something might happen and I might just decide, hey, we're doing a program. And I might send out a message that we're doing a program. But we are not scheduled to be on for next week. We are allowing the carnival spirit to flow. Those of you that visiting or you want to be able to watch the different show, if you're out in the diaspora, sometimes you want to watch the different shows, the Queen show, the this, the that, and so we don't want to interrupt you. And so we're giving you the opportunity to watch what you had to watch. But tell yourself the Wednesday we back on. Yeah?
My people
Might even be the Tuesday night. Yeah, it could even be Tuesday night. You know, we could try the Tuesday. Never know. You know?
Stop PM, please open up some doors.
I usually take these actions on advice. Yeah, I don't do these things on my own. When people tell me to say yes, that is a good idea. Yeah, take a rest, man. Yeah.
Transformation in we mass. You only looking up
Let me say good night to Mr. Nimrod Oliver
and in we mass. You don't care if people.
and Kingman Rodney.
Transformation in we mass.
Good night, Nimrod Oliver. I'm pretty sure you're listening, or you're going to hear me in a short while. Okay, if you ain't there listening now, you're going to be listening in a while. Nimrod Oliver, you have a man running around like a headless chicken right now, all holy looking to reach in St. George Northeast, all whole. Had the man busy.
Sis never stop, tell me how they.
If they do afraid and they so sure, how they busy so?
Politics. Friend and family turn me enemy. I just say yes, I love the progressive sciences hotel making last suggest. But then I remember.
So one of the questions that I do have is regarding the situation with the teachers. Now, just before going off into the vacation period, we were hearing still of teachers that since the start of the school year were having problems regarding salaries. I don't know if it is because we are now in the holiday season, we're into Carnival, and so that we have not heard back from the Grenada Union of Teachers as to whether that problem has now been solved, because I hear kind of thing. So I don't know. I don't want to go and say what I heard, but I hear kind of thing. So I want to know if that situation has now been resolved, if those teachers have received their proper salaries as they were supposed to receive. And we also want to know what is the status going into the new school year of many of those teachers who are still on contract, the promise of this administration. Now, under the new National Party administration, and sometimes that's why I blame people like myself sometimes for not giving you enough information, but there were literally hundreds of people who were on contracts. They basically had to wait at the new school year to get a call that they could go and start to teach, and think there was a system operating like that. And the new National Party, in working along with the Grenada Union of Teachers, got hundreds of these teachers onto the official scroll of the government of Grenada. In other words, this was not a situation that they had to wait on any letter or any call or any contract to get signed at the beginning of the school year. Hundreds, not 1 or 2, not 10, 20 or 40, hundreds of them received permanent employment under the new National Party. Yeah? So I want to know if the situation, and we were in the process of continuing to do that. So every year, you had some teachers that were there 10 years on contract, how much years on contract, and so on. You were taking them off contract and putting them fully into the public service. So the question is, has that process continued? Because we did hear the Grenada Union of Teachers complaining about that. Are they now going to wait? Is the union going to sit down and study right now? It's time to cook along and play old mass is the union going to sit down now, or are they going to actively deal with these issues? Because the Ministry of Education ain't closed. Well, I don't know if they close or they open, because we know mold problem. Yeah, mold issues. So we don't know. But is it a situation that the union is dealing with this issue and the salary issue, and also ensuring that whatever has to be done is done, so that that salary issue can't happen again? Because we heard a lot of lies from the Ministry of Education regarding the salary issues with the teachers. A lot of lies. And these are the same teachers, mind you, who just like the rest of us have school books to buy, who just like the rest of us have school uniforms to buy, and the other accessories and so on that are necessary for their children and also for themselves as they go into the new school year. So what is the situation now? You can't be quiet in relation to it now, because I found the timing of when they were speaking to be very suspicious. That you wait until the end of the school year and say you're wearing union t-shirts and all sort of thing. Nobody is studying you then. Because at that point in time, school about to close and so on, where you would strike during the time that school closed. You won't put on your union t-shirt now and say that you're striking, or you're protesting, or you're taking industrial action. You can't do it during now. Because teachers are out right now. They're going to go back in a couple of weeks when they have to start preparing in classroom, and so they're going to go back and do their courses and all of that. But for now. So what is the present situation? Have the teachers been paid? Have they received their money? Is everything okay with them now? They are brothers and sisters. Yeah, we are related. I'm related to some of them. Yeah, so I am looking out for their interests as much as they look out for the nation's interests. So the question remains, are they being taken care of, or are we waiting for September to reach, or children to get back to school, and then hear industrial action and so on? When it could have been negotiating with government to get these issues resolved, if there are still issues, to have these issues resolved now. Yeah, so that's part one. That's one of the questions I have for tonight.
White boys, like a bed bug in the night. But just remember the local workers and make sure that you treat them right. Don't leave them balling.
Mr. and Mrs. Watts, good night to both of you.
Oh God, baby, Jesus is up the blows. Grenadians balling.
Isidore, good night to you.
They say when you poke
Nurse practitioner Wendy Ann McGuire, good night to you as well.
people balling with them mouth closed. Yeah, them. Oh God, baby, Jesus is up the blows. Grenadians balling with them mouth closed.
Hey, who's saying good night to Louise? Lulu, good night, yeah.
Why the hell you remove the cap from the
44073777, huh?
no what in me tanky can't even last. Transformation in women.
And there are other questions that I have, and there are a lot of questions that as we enter we're finishing the first half of talking points for the year. Yes, because we're taking the week off there. That is like we midway point. When we restart, we're actually going to be, in a couple months, we're going to be celebrating the 4-year anniversary of Talking Points. Yeah, we're going to be celebrating the 4-year anniversary of Talking Points in a couple months. Yeah?
Politics.
So again, another question that remains, and the people of the town of St. George, yeah, good night, Nimrod. The people of the town of St. George continue to ask the question of what is taking place with the River Road project, and not just the people of the town of St. George, not just the people of Dabo and River Road, because it's their children that has been down in the secondary school and the primary school and be affected when the place flood and they can't come out. It is their children. It is the people who are working within the surroundings, the area of the National Stadium, and have to worry if rain fall in the night before they leave to work and when they go to work, if they should park the car there, because they know what is going to take place. Eventually the place could flood and they lose their vehicle. Yeah? It is also the people of St. George Northeast who need to pass that area to get into town, to get to work, to get to school, to get to the pharmacy, to get to the supermarket and all these things. They need to pass through there. to go down. And they are being faced with the situation 4 years. Not a single block of improvement on the River Road flood mitigation program. None. Not a bridge, not a completion of the wall, nothing. 4 years. And we have to ask ourselves, what sin have the people of St. George Northeast and the people of the town of St. George and even the people of St. Andrew and St. Patrick who come over the hills and pass through that area, what sin have they committed that they are being treated in this way? What cardinal sin have they committed? What crime have they committed against the National Democratic Congress that they are being treated in such a way? That their children, the elderly, are being endangered by the non-completion of this project. Need I remind you that when that water comes down, it washing away car, people, everything. It could be a bus coming down full of people. It could be a truck coming down with workers on the back. It could be a mother carrying her child to school or picking them up, coming back, wherever. Could be a man just busy heading to work. But when the river come down, it come down. And we have seen the damage that it can cause. We've seen the headache that people had to go through, who lost their vehicles, whose homes were damaged. We've seen the businesses that are affected negatively by it. But the government just keep giving story after story after story after story. Start time after start time after start time after start time. And we're still waiting on that project 4 years later to be completed. In the same way, we're still waiting on the Molyneux project to be completed 4 years later. Folks in the diaspora who are listening, Grenadians who are not within the state, when I say that, I'm talking to all you. This is the reality of what is taking place in Grenada. 4 years. They met a project all ready to go. All they have to do now, complete the wall, put in the bridges, do the road. 4 years, they can't do that. 4 years, they're telling you to go in and do this year and that year, 9 months and okay, I think 9 months may foot. 4 years, they can't complete Molyneux. Up to now, Molyneux is not completed. There's still an aspect of the work that needs to be completed. It has not been. Yeah? The Cliff project should have been completed since about 2023. We're in 2026 now. It's just nearing completion. And only after a lot of teeth pulling. Right now, it has some toothless people because the amount of teeth they had to pull to get that done. So we ask ourselves, do we have a group of competent and capable people to get anything done? Is it fair to the people of Dabo, River Road, Mount Gay, of Bolio, Boca, Vendome, Sanko, Willis, New Hampshire, St. James? Is it fair to these people that their lives are being endangered every time we have heavy rain? When 4 years you've had to complete the project, it should have been completed. We've had serious flooding taking place in that time, and each time the flooding take place, you have a press conference and say, we go in and do this and we go in and do that. We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Good night, caller.
Yeah, good night.
Good night. Go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Well,
yes, sir.
About it, I don't understand what we're really going on with the government and this country. Bodo Road, so bad. Even in the Branca Road. But I see right now they don't do a construction of the shop highway coming up from the airport. They just paving it, and they want to boast and say they paved the road. Because that road won't last long because you could imagine the amount that road is an old road. They don't dig enough to say they will put new pitch and new gravel and new chipstone and ram it and things. The roads are really going to wrap me like you take Choroland and places on Rattle Drive out. He only will look pretty, but he won't last long. So I don't know what the government wasting taxpayers' money for. I don't know. They have a bridge down in Kansas there to build. They started build, they finish the bridge. Project Polaris, I see they fetch on half of it. I don't know if they want to finish it wrong from. Maybe if I sign on go through there to show them how we take it birth. They just finish it right wrong. So half in the whole back. You can't pass to go in the Caribbean road in the center, you can't pass the fence on that. So only after that, the government want to call elections here, but they don't know how to attack. They don't know what to do to start up. They feel already, they don't know already that there is a problem. So they're making a kind of macotee around the place. Why they starting on the airport coming up when Grand Road is very bad? You understand? So you have said that monkey chicken making. They can just want to call election, or the Prime Minister don't want to call election, but you don't know what to do, how to do it, because it was so much money for the past 4 years, and they don't know what to do again. So and a lot of workers, I hear they stacking on Shaggy program where I say, Grenadian want to work. The majority of the workers while they're on that project is paid for that from Trinidad. They don't pay NIS for them. Do you know that they don't want to driving the truck and they don't pay NIS? Them drivers and them complaining about it, they don't pay NIS. And I don't think the union encouraging these people on them. Because normally, I know when a big company come like that, they will tell them what is the criteria. They have to pay the NIS or whatsoever. But them people, I'm only going to talk to you about them because they pay NIS. I want to make a contribution, so when I could get I will get something. When people pay NIS, so and then nobody else in there, no Alliance and Choice Island, they don't say nothing now. So they don't say nothing now. They are still abused. They are abusing people and after the community. Young people lazy, they don't want to work. But if you're working under this kind of condition, and the last thing that you have to pay NIS when you work in a company, encouraging people to pay NIS from people. I feel like foolishness. Anyway, Sharon, I really listening to you. I just find I should put out because I realize when you go and get paid in a road, don't want to have to know. It will look good, yes, it will look good. How long it will last? How long it will last? Because below is not farm. You understand? You realize that even when they come along in Grand Road, when they do the pipe, the tire, the thing leaving the hole and going inside the road. Like snowing. Yeah. So I want to see what after that they're just wasting money. I want to see that. Okay, Sheldon.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Yes, indeed, folks. 440737, and the caller raised an interesting issue there. I've been seeing the work that is taking place between the Maurice Bishop Airport, and as they said, it's supposed to be between the Maurice Bishop Airport going up to Westerhall Point. So you see the work taking place there, where they're basically just they're not doing the foundational work of the road. They're not repairing that. They're not doing anything on that. All they're doing is they're taking out the asphalt, grade the thing, and then mix new asphalt and put it back. Reusing some of the same asphalt and so on, some other, and they put it back down. They're repaving using the same thing. So what you're basically doing is a repaving. You're not reconstructing the road. You're not doing anything to address any deficiencies in any part of the foundation of the road, at least not from what we've seen so far. I don't know if that is a plan for other areas that they're going to look at that, but so far, that is not what we're seeing. Yeah? And also, if they are going to be widening the road, in the valley, the area, Granans Valley, coming through Woodlands. And so if they are going to be widening the road in those areas, therefore they need to be filing all now. You should be having coming up in the government gazette and so where they're going to be taking land. But you still hear them speaking of we may need to and we may have to. So they haven't even started the process yet, but they're telling you in 9 months they go complete that. Yeah, they'll get a wishy-washy job that in 2 years, 3 years, that wash out again. We have a... Hello, good night.
Brother.
Hey, what you do, Fadu?
Oh, gone.
I debate, man. Go right ahead.
Quick question. First to jump off. Is there any stipulation or fine print in the Constitution that the government, this present administration, could use to suspend election?
Very, very few.
Very few, but there are some.
Yeah, but very few. It has to be that Grenada is involved in a state of war, or that we have a serious pandemic. Like if you had something like COVID, you could have say, okay, the time for election has come, but there is a threat to public health, to life and limb,
okay,
and you could suspend it at. You could say, well, no, we're not holding the election under those circumstances. But it's only under, or if there is a natural disaster like a hurricane, an earthquake, a volcanic eruption or so, and it disrupts the entire country to that point, you can hold off. But only under those sort of circumstances does the Constitution allow for you to not have elections when elections are due.
So they can enact anything themselves. Okay, cool.
No, they can't do anything. And again, we have to understand how electoral law is. A lot of people believe that they only have up until next year, June. That is not so. Elections are constitutionally due no later than 3 months after the first sitting of Parliament, not the election day. So if the first sitting of Parliament was in August or July, then it's 3 months after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that Yeah, but that said, we know the community elections in a few weeks to a couple months.
Oh, okay. Well, one of the reasons for asking is because I noticed a lot of the foundational constitutional laws have been converted into acts and statutes. So that's where and we know they've been breaking the rules. And the PM also said that he wanted to become one state, one party state. So that's the reason for asking. But let me move forward with some other things. In the town hall, the New York town hall meeting that Mr. Tevin Andrews.
I tried watching that, boy, but so much stupidness was talking. I kind of.
Well, listen, I'll fast track you to the good point.
For the listeners, I try my best to listen to that, but he was talking so much dotishness and really couldn't handle it.
Well, one thing that jumped out about an hour and 19 minutes in, there was a lady that spoke.
You are your belly boy. What?
Yeah, well, I tell you, I like information, you know. You have to know what the enemy's thinking, and they look at us as an enemy now.
In about 15 minutes in the presentation, I was gone, bro.
You was off? I stomach it. But you know, the mister said he was a strong NNP.
Who said it was a strong NNP?
Mr. Tevin Andrews. An hour and 19 minutes in, he said, you know, I used to be a strong NNP. But that was in response to a young lady saying, which was ludicrous. The woman said that more or less her discomfort with NNP is because there was a time she wanted a scholarship and she couldn't get it. But pre this, she said that her mom told her that if she gave her or send her to a higher learning institute, the mom would not be able to take care of the rest of the family. So that is her headache. And I'm thinking, bruh, I remember my queen giving up school to take care of her siblings. It's called sacrifice, woman. And if it's like this mediocre stuff or they're looking to cling on, it's just, oh my days, man.
No, but it says
right.
there's a bigger problem there, my friend. No one should feel comfortable making a statement like that. And I'll tell you why.
100.
If you're making a statement like that, it means to hell with everybody else in the country.
Exactly.
I'm only interested in me. You can't call yourself a Grenadian patriot or a patriotic
Facts.
Grenadian and it's all about you. If it
Big
is
facts.
all about you, then you're not patriotic.
Patriotic
Yeah.
at all.
So you
You
can't.
don't like Grenada.
Yeah, you can't love Grenada and say, okay, I did not get this from government or I did not get that from government, and because of that, I hate
That's why,
that
yeah.
particular political
Facts.
party. Because
Facts.
you have
So
to
lady, you
find
need
out.
to revamp.
You have to no, but you have to suss out the circumstances, because okay, let's say I wanted a house from the government and I don't get a house. But when I check it out, I realize, hey, they've done improvements in education, they've done improvements in all these other areas, and because they've
And
done
70
that,
other persons get houses.
right?
Yeah,
Because
that
I
too.
didn't get, I can be upset. You know what that reminds me of, my friend? It reminds me of a situation with a particular business that opened in Grenada. I'll just give you a quick story. Don't lose your chain of thought.
Yeah.
There's a particular business that opened in Grenada, and they gave their staff the opportunity to go to Barbados and get their visas. So the staff, here's what the staff was given. That company pay for them. They pay for their flight to go Barbados. Those days they could have get visa in 1 day, so you don't have to sleep over and thing. They get the flight. The company paid for the flight. The company did their documentation and paid for the process over there and give them some spending money in their pocket, because they said when these people have a visa, they would be able to send them for training or move them around to some other offices.
Yes.
Right? So they
Yes.
went above and beyond and they did that. The first set of people left Grenada, went to Barbados, got their visas, came back to Grenada, and you know what they did? The lady walked.
They did.
The lady walked. Boss, next salary they
They
get them
did.
people was in the States. They moved,
Oh
they've
my
gone one
days.
time. They get their
Oh my
visa. So
days.
one of the individuals who did not do that, who stayed with the company, asked them, say, well, why are you doing that? They say, well, we don't care, you know, who behind their business. We get sure already. And they were gone.
Check. Oh my days. Yeah, that's crazy.
Again, it's all about me. And that's the attitude that we have to break.
True.
Yeah.
True. And that's what I'm saying. So let me move on to something else then. Today Mr. Pierre had a program. The topic was to talk about the spear and the NMP party. And there were some gentlemen, well, some males. There's nothing gentle about them. There were some males that call in, talking some crazy stuff. And I just like to remind you guys that there was a period in Grenada when people used to be pulled out of buses. There was a period in Grenada when houses used to be burnt down. There was a period in Grenada where decapitation was a thing. Long sleeve or short sleeve. Miss Pierre covered that. I could speak on it and I could testify. See a lot of your athletes that are running, the promise of athletes coming, the stadium, that is Miss Pierre. Don't forget that. So as much as others want to stay away from the politics, the policies, legit, this administration has considered me an enemy. They said if I don't partake in anything that they want, I ain't gonna get nothing. They ain't gonna ride for me. That's what them tell me. Them make me the enemies, not me.
So they, because you're not in the creative economy thing, that's it for you.
Well, I mean, if once I do ride with them, you know, because to tell the truth, Fadu, most of the so-called creators I'm seeing, all rainbow.
Oh, you mean the AI specialists?
All of them rainbow up, Fadu.
But not only that,
Is that they get to
AI
naked? Are they comfortable in dress?
No, but yeah,
that's what I see it.
The other thing is this, brother. There's what they're calling creative. A lot of folks right now, for instance, you know the programs they can go and they're the best artists and so on right now. I even use AI for some of the stuff that I do from like my poster and so on now, but I still create an original poster and then use AI to enhance it. I don't just go to AI and say create something for me.
To garnish, yes.
I create so there's 90% me inside there and about a 10% of the AI when I do my posters and so now.
I respect that, and that's how I think it should be. It should complement. You should like use it to garnish your stuff, innit?
Yeah, that's what it has to do. Yeah.
But yeah, that's not what I'm seeing going on. As I was saying, I know some things you can't talk about and some conversation you don't want to have on the program, and I respect that. But from what I'm seeing, most of the creatives is either they getting naked or they wearing dresses, and I ain't too comfortable with that team day. Right? Let's move on to something else. The roads is a mess. The promises made in the Constitution, not the Constitution, the manifesto, they have not been completed. But yet, they are pushing an agenda saying that there's a people's manifesto. So, as a call, I think, pointed out a while back, if there's not like, how can you make plans without a budget? And in terms of moving forward, if the last things haven't been completed, how can we move to something else? That makes no sense. It's like when you're making an oil down, it has stages, like everything have a different cooking point. Now you could make a one pot and it could just let it go down, reduce, but you have to prep different things in it. Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing that going on here. It's like some just haphazard, make a move, say this, say that. There's no continuity, there's no consistency in the verbal expressions of these people because they keep lying and they keep lying to us. But this is what I wanted to say in closing about the 4 gentlemen. They made it clear that no matter what this organization do, they are 100% in support. Now I'm saying this. I'm a single parent. I'm a single dad. Right? I have a beautiful little girl. And any 3 stones, hardback, meal that feel it prudent to take what this administration say and talk about one more rainy season and make it rain for everybody. I promise all of that. Because what these individuals are saying, they don't mind the idea of the what was the act that they was trying to pass with the little children?
The age of civil responsibility.
Age of civil responsibility. These men say they don't care. So it making me think that those individuals that claim to be churchgoers and believe in Christianity and Jesus and God and all of that, if you're telling me that's okay with you, you're making it seem like all you're okay with touching all your little children, touching all your nieces and
they will be coming back with that act because in
I don't see the setup.
The throne speech, the Governor General did mention that act will be brought back to Parliament. They've held zero consultations on it. In fact, it is the leader of His Majesty's Opposition, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, that held sessions regarding that particular act to inform people and let people know and have their say as regards
that's what they didn't
government
put forward,
has done none. What they're hoping to do is they're hoping that they can win the election and do it right after.
Well,
they have a lot of things they're holding on to and hoping that election will come. They could do the election, win the election, and then just do it right after. So that is one of the things that they plan to do right after. They wouldn't do it before. They're hoping that they could do it right after. They wouldn't win, but they're hoping that they would win and be able to do it right after.
And make the changes after. Now, the thing doesn't work so,
That's a full intention.
Because remember, when they came in, they say they had a plan already.
But they said it. If you listen to the throne speech, the Governor General, the throne speech is a speech where you state intent of the administration. And the intent of the administration is to bring and pass that act. And you hear the ministers throwing words at the NNP and other people who speak out against the act, still throwing up to this last week. Up to this day, up to last week, throwing words at the NNP and so about that.
Well, as I tell you, Farouk, that's the inkling I'm getting, that these individuals have no problem touching the little people and them. And I find that appalling. I find that very disgusting.
They better don't touch none. Let them go ahead.
I tell you, family, I'm making it rain for everybody. I know you have some people to come in, so I want to take much time, but the patriots of Grenada, I think it's time all to step forward. I think it's time all to suck salt, bruv. All you know what to sacrifice. So it's all to decide if all you want a holistic movement that we could grow together as a people, or this separation thing that all you're pushing it wouldn't end up good. I really trying to stay isolated from these things, Farouk, but it pressing me. It's pressing me to see people that I look up to, like I see the daughters and the niece and thing in problems and try to help them out because I figure these people are upstanding individuals and these are the utterance of these people. No, that hurting my fam. It's making me feel like, what's the point of trying to be a good person out here if these individuals co-signing this madness? Because this is madness. You can't smoke weed from 21. You can get married when you're 18. They could be sexually active when you're 12. Make that make sense, brother. So you see all the co-signing that day just showed me that all they don't really have the best interest of us in Vice. Because if all they could support that movement, for the type of artists that I used to listen and based on certain things that come up in their life and how they move, I stop listening to them. You understand?
I understand.
Just because of my moral compass, brother. And I don't say I'm the best person out here, you know? But there are certain things that makes life easier and there are certain things that make life hard, bro. And if all they can see that as grown adults, something wrong, they need to go back to school. Maybe try to get change the F to something else. You see, no?
I tell you, what F are you talking about? I tell you, the guy used to get Z in exam. That the first man in the street get a Z in exam.
Eddie, I find that Eddie no attendance rate.
No. And he was there. He was there. If he wasn't there, if he wasn't there, they could always claim that he's smart and he could have passed. He was there. He get a Z. They couldn't even give him a
hold on, before I run off, this individual, remember this individual had an accident where he had licked down a little child, right? And he said that he was trying to evade two young girls or young ladies or something on the street, and that's why he hit the little youth or something like that. The video doesn't show that. The surveillance video that he had doesn't show that. And speaking about surveillance again, the Royal Grenada police officers, the big man, when they had the press release thing, he said that there was the videos and stuff, he was not able to send it out because it was under investigation. But CBS, NBC, all of them places, they were showing the videos. I don't know if there's others.
But I think what has probably happened there, in all fairness to the officers, while they may not have sent it out, that does not stop the family from obtaining it from the same facility that provided
privately
it and sending it out themselves. So while the police, because I don't think the police would actually send it out, knowing them, they won't. But the family, from what I had picked up in one of the news reports, the family had obtained it and they were the ones that put it out.
But okay, so let me be devil's advocate for a minute. Wouldn't it be more prudent
and a minute because we're on for a while now?
Yes. Yeah. For to actually release the footage that other people could get engaged, because somebody might see something that they're not aware to or doesn't make sense. Somebody might see something in the footage that they are not, privy to, if you get what I'm saying. And with that, do you know if any thermal or infrared technology was used to try to locate the woman?
I would like to
because they said they use drones and all that, so I was wondering if any thermal technology and stuff or infrared technology was used.
I would like to I said, if they have it, they use it. Let me put it like that.
Okay.
If they have it, they use it.
All right, well, big up the RPGF, keep doing all your thing, but do the right thing. Okay, a lot of people breaking rules and all in doing it. I didn't do nothing about it. I'm too like that because I never get easy pass. Check all yourself.
Blessings, bro.
Safe travels.
Bless.
Brother.
Yeah, 4407377. That is the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. I will say that the New National Party has a plan for when situations like that occur, that, it would be a lot smoother, a lot easier to deal with. At least it was easier listening to this Commissioner of Police than what we heard the last time we had international news on us with the boat thing there. Yeah, that one was a travesty. This one was, get Jackie Jacket. The commish, he sung proper compared to the last one. When we had that issue with the two people on the boat and the fellas that escaped, we wasn't looking too righteous there. This commissioner, at least he sung reasonable. I given Jackie Jacket. Nice? Good. 4407377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. And I think we're back to the phone lines. And hello, good night. Good night, caller. Go right ahead.
Clock it.
Clock it, my dear. How you do?
Not too bad.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
Tell you, listen to this caller, what just called it. He has some valuable points he's making. You see, we're coming for NMP and NBC. You have other people who are ungrateful when coming to Dr. Kit Mitchell. Because I know that Dr. Mitchell, you have people that are no get things and he help them and they turn back on him. So then when my daughter was going to university in Barbados, I studied law. I went to the Prime Minister. He said he haven't got no thing for law. but he's going to help me out of his own pocket. Around 2 o'clock the next day, I get a phone call from the secretary. Miss Samuel, Dr. Mitchell just sent $10,000 by $100 in you for your daughter. Tell her I feel so good, eh? That's a great help. I called him next day, I said, Doc, thank you very much. I don't get nothing from government, but if you put out yourself and it could help, you have to appreciate whatever I do for you. But so your gratefulness is a cost. I could remember when going to Dr. Mitchell at a time, there's a certain woman, I want to call nobody's name. Oh, if I get a gun, I go kill Doctor. I don't like him, I don't like him. When I see that woman in front of Dr. Mitchell's office, I said, what are you doing here? She said, hey, Maureen, I get an answer. I said, what are you doing here? I said, that's the same man who said, okay, you know. They're too ungrateful. Grenadians come out with too ungrateful. And ungratefulness is a cost. Sharon, you have a goodness and whatever you are doing, Sharon, and telling public that we don't know is a blessing. So you have a blessed night and God bless you.
All right. Thank you so very much, my dear. Yes, indeed, folks. 4407377. That is the number for you to call and get onto the inside. I said I would speak a bit about renewable energy tonight. And I want to mention something on renewable energy. I wonder if I could pull this up quickly. Yeah, I want to mention some stuff on renewable energy. Because I recognize that there's a move by the associates of this administration and this administration. There's a move by them to give everybody the impression that renewable energy started with them. Yeah? That is only they are the ones that decide that they're going to do renewable energy for Grenada. But I could remember as far back as, and in fact, I'll go just this, I ain't going to go that far back. Let me come forward a bit. I'll go to 2014. That Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, he visited a facility in, that would be in New Zealand. He was at a particular meeting, and the then Prime Minister of New Zealand said to Dr. Mitchell, how can I help Grenada? He just wanted to meet Dr. Mitchell. He heard about Dr. Keith Mitchell, and he wanted to meet Dr. Mitchell. That's former Prime Minister John Key. He wanted to meet Prime Minister Mitchell of Grenada. He made sure that out of all the other prime ministers and regional leaders, international leaders that were at that function, he met Dr. Mitchell and he said, hey, I need you to come to New Zealand and look at our geothermal. You're a small island state. This would be a good thing to help you all. So you need to come to New Zealand and see our geothermal setup. In fact, that's a picture of Dr. Mitchell at the geothermal facility out there in New Zealand back in 2014. Yeah, that is when he went and he visited that site in 2014. So some of them may say, well, yeah, he visited the site and what come out of that? After that meeting, New Zealand said they would pay, not Grenada had to pay, New Zealand paid for Grenada to do a study regarding geothermal energy. That study, I think, was completed in about 2015. Let me see if I could get the information. 2016. Yeah. So that is the study. This is the study here. Yeah. August 2016. Under the New National Party, not under the NDC. We were moving forward regarding geothermal. So they had to collect information to find out where in Grenada that geothermal could have taken place. So this study was paid for by New Zealand. I can't remember how much, if it was 1 point something million, 2 something million, whatever it was, that they paid for this study, where they went to various parts of Grenada. They looked at other studies that had been done in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s, and so geothermal studies that had been taken place in Grenada by universities passing through. And so they got all that information and they were able to study this And for those of you unsure what geothermal is making electricity from the heat of the earth, basically. So you have a hot spring, and so that could generate electricity. Use the steam from the hot spring to generate electricity. Yeah? So they were looking at, for instance, this area here is Mount St. Catherine that you're seeing here. You see Mount St. Catherine there, Mount Hope, Bel Air Estate, and they were looking at what was under those areas. Yeah? The magma sources yes, there's volcanic activity under those areas. They were looking at all of that. And they were looking at how that could be used to assist Grenada, in generating electricity, not from fuel. So we wouldn't have the problems that we have now, but that we'd be able to use this. All what is going on, all Granitang, Adelphi, all that is going on in those areas, they back over to Mount Craven and Tufton Hall. So they were looking at the profile of the land under those areas. New Zealand, through Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, paid for this study. Remember they said the other day they're doing a study? But this was the study that was done and completed since 2016, and it spoke to what obtains in these different areas. What obtains in all these different areas. And so again, they have the maps, they have the historical information, they have the heat map, all the information that you need regarding this particular issue is there. They had it, they provided it to the people of Grenada. There was one issue that was standing in the way at that time in 2016. The issue that was standing in the way was that even though we now had all this information, even though you had all that geothermal study done and it was paid for and you knew where the areas you could do geothermal, and so now that the government couldn't do it, you still had to go through who? WRB, the company that Deacon Mitchell was representing, had legal grounds to stop the government if you were going to do anything in geothermal. You had to go through WRB and Grenlec, because the agreement that was signed back in 1994 by Tillman Thomas under that was the Brafitt, I think that was Brafitt regime, the NDC of that time. The agreement that was signed said that the only people to produce electricity in Grenada was WRB through Grenlec. Nobody else was allowed to produce electricity. In fact, if you did put up a windmill and your kitchen air and you're producing electricity with that, Grenlec could have come and shut you down legally. If you had a little wave generating thing and it's generating electricity like that, Grenlec could have come and shut you down. Your solar panels, and people who had solar panels before know what I'm saying is true. Grenlec would come and they would tell you you can't generate electricity for just you. You would actually have to sell all the electricity you have to Grenlec and still hook up to the grid and take electricity for them. That was the agreement that was in place when it came to Grenlec. You could not produce. Only Grenlec could produce. WRB owned Grenlec alone in the state of Grenada. Even on them local island between here and Carriacou, Grenlec alone had the ability to produce electricity in any part of the state of Grenada. There are other clauses there, like for instance, if in this case, some of these lands that we see that they have identified as possible areas for geothermal, it was stated that these areas, some of these areas were private lands. How the law was, the government of Grenada would have to take the lands from these people. So you'd have had to go and you'd have had to use the Land Acquisition Act and acquire the land and give it to, not sell it to Grenlec, not offer it to Grenlec at a specific price. The law was you had to go, government had to buy the land and give it to the company. That is what Tillman Thomas and them signed to in 1994. That NDC administration, when they sold Grenlec, that was the kind of things that they signed for. that we, the NNP administration, had to come and change in 2016 in the law. And then the company say, well, if all are changing these things in the law, we're going to take all it to court, or they're going to have to take the company and that sort of thing. And they had within the agreement that they signed that the government will end up having to take back the company. So you know, it is until what, 2020, 2021, somewhere there, that the NNP government was able to get it back. But by that point in time, elections in 2022. So you could not have moved fully into geothermal. We know what was 2020 and 2021. We know what was happening in those times. So it was not an opportunity at that point in time you could have got into geothermal. So when you hear them talking about geothermal now, because 2017, 2018, you're in court. You in court and back and forth with Grenlec until you were able to secure Grenlec. And then you can now move into geothermal. So had the New National Party not done what they did in 2016 with the Electricity Act and trigger the buyback clause that WRB had so that the Grenadian people could once again own Grenlec, this would have never been something we're discussing now. Because all of this study, you just had to hand it to Grenlec and WRB. You'd have to acquire lands and just give to WRB. Somebody wants to say something here. Let me give them an opportunity. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, how are you?
Yes, sir, go right ahead.
Alright. Just a quick comment.
No, stop.
Eh?
Stop. You come out a meeting, leave out that many meeting alone. Stop.
Okay. Let me do that.
Bye-bye, yeah. No, you all have a bad habit of doing that. You come out a meeting, leave what you're discussing in the meeting alone. Don't do that. All right? That was not an open public meeting. Stop it. It's cutting you one time. Stop it. Yeah. So I'm saying that at that point in time, because some go say, well, okay, since 2014, NNP get that thing and they didn't do anything with it. No, it is not a matter you didn't do it. You could not do anything with it. But you were setting up for the future that now the NDC administration that is in power is supposed to be able to exploit and go into geothermal fully. Dominica has already leaped forward from Grenada and gone forward. They are generating electricity. Not all their electricity, but a significant amount of their electricity is now being generated using geothermal. Yeah? A significant amount of it is being generated using geothermal. Grenada could have been in the same situation, which by now, if you started to move into it in a serious way, and you're generating geothermal energy, would have been able to lower the cost of electricity for everyone. You wouldn't have to be talking about temporary measures now. 2022 budget presentation. Deacon Mitchell spoke about putting a solar plant on the Maurice Bishop Airport and one in Pearls. 2023, they talk about that again. 2024, they talk about that again. 2025, they talk about it again. And 2026, they're still talking about it. 4 years, talk. No action. And it is not a situation that they had to go to WRB as the NNP had to go to WRB and try to work along with them with it. This is a situation that they can deal with it on their own. The majority shareholder is the government of Grenada. The second biggest shareholder of Grenlec shares is the National Insurance Scheme, government of Grenada again. So the two biggest shareholders is Massabull and Massaco, the government of Grenada and NIS, which is government owned. A statutory body. That was not the situation when NNP was trying to deal with geothermal. You had to talk to them fellas, and the guys were unwilling. Because if they're making all the money off of using the diesel fuel and all this kind of thing, they were unwilling to go into the geothermal. Why? They didn't want to cut the profit margin. They ain't going into that. They did one or two things with solar here and there, but not in a significant way. But geothermal was seen as the main way that the Grenada could have gone into producing electricity. And I'm saying this because there are people trying to give the impression that the NNP didn't do anything when it came to geothermal. I mean, I spoke to Prime Minister John Key myself, you know. I didn't know that, did you? Yeah, I spoke to Prime Minister John Key myself. I met him. I spoke with him, so I knew how interested this gentleman was in Grenada and us getting geothermal. Yeah, them days I was taller. Getting geothermal for Grenada. I spoke with Prime Minister John Key extensively on this and how they were willing to assist Grenada. But the thing that was holding us back, we didn't have ownership of the electricity company. That's what was holding us back. Now we have the situation where we can move on it. But we have an incompetent group of people because they want to give people, for instance, in Carriacou. I saw a news story earlier tonight where they were giving this impression like they did so much for electricity in Carriacou and they're going to be providing X amount of electricity by the solar farm. The solar farm in Carriacou was conceived and put in place by the New National Party. The construction was completed under the NDC administration. It's not them come in and say, look left and look right and say, you can't deal with this generator thing. Let me put in a solar plant. No, it was something that was there from the NNP time that they came and they complete. And as soon as it was complete, we know what took place. Hurricane Beryl came and destroyed the whole thing. And they've rebuilt it now. And I am thankful because my family there in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, they go benefit from something that the NNP put in place. So I'm glad. Yeah, but why are we not seeing serious movement in relation to geothermal? We hear them talk in 2022, talk in 2023, talk in 2024, talk in 2025, and still talking in 2026. And we cannot see any movement in relation to the geothermal. It's the same study that was done there by during the period of the New National Party and so. Yeah. They came and they did some testing using that study. They came and they did some testing and so on in about, that would be 2024. So about 2 years ago, they did some testing. But again, when you have a failure as Karine James as your minister with responsibility for certain things and a whole failure of a cabinet, this is what happens. You just talk in relation to these things. What is taking place with Sargassum right now? What is taking place? I'm seeing some serious influx in some of our neighboring territories. And as I say nearly every night on the program now, when your neighbor house on fire, wet yours. Seeing some serious influx of Sargassum in some of the other countries. We're going here just now because last time we heard, the boat was going and pick up the Sargassum. It was coming in St. John and drop off and trucks was taking it from there. It never happened. They lie. It never happened. At a point in time, you're looking for the boats to go and take up the Sargassum and so, where the boats and them was fishing. Down in the south coast, fishing. And I'm blaming the fellas and them. If you don't tell the fellas, take the boat and go for the Sargassum, and they see the boat there, and they decide, hey, let me go and throw a 2-line. They go and throw a 2-line. Where's the supervision? Where was the plan? Where they're supposed to be working? Where is the plant that David Andrews said that they had contacted people in Martinique and they didn't mind if the NNP, when the NNP contact the people is okay, people go benefit. David Andrews made that statement regarding Sargassum. And we still waiting to see. We still waiting to see when that plant from Martinique, the people that they contact, I know if the people close down, I know if Martinique change location, I know what takes place with that. But again, it just shows the incompetence of the group of individuals that are in office right now. Which other group of people would be so incompetent that would basically, at a time like now, put all doctors on vacation? So that you have a problem now when you're going to the casualty department. Most times, one doctor there. One doctor there. Because you put the others on vacation. At a point in time when you can have, and we hope and pray that we don't have, maybe we need to do a prayer session before the carnival. Hope and pray that we don't have any mass casualty events. Because you have groups of people all over this island. You're having literally thousands of people gathering in different areas. And you will have a time, you will put doctors on vacation now. Yes, they need vacation, they need to rest and thing too. But you're going to put all of them on vacation now and put that strain on. Brilliant. Brilliant. 440, listen, 440-7377, eh? What do you call? 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. So the mere fact that some people could put up your solar panels right now, generate your electricity, and you do not necessarily need to connect to the grid, that is because of the laws that the new National Party changed. Eh?
I'm responsible. The decisions you make not only decides your fate, but is an entire country.
You know, one of these days I'm going to get either Brother Gregory Bowen or so on, or I might find Honorable Oliver Joseph for one of them. I'm going to bring the Grenada Electricity Act and put it onto the system. Not the one that the NNP did. What existed from 1994. And let you all see what the purchase agreement said and what the law that they put in place said.
But what you saw you read.
Look, because the Prime Minister was the lawyer for Grenlec. In fact, when Grenada paid, the reason he knows how much was paid for Grenlec so well is because those millions of dollars were placed in his company's bank account. He had to take his share. That is the reason he knows so much about that. Eh?
Don't act like your man.
We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Good night,
Sheldon.
sir. Yes, sir.
I want to speak about the Sargassum seaweed.
Go right ahead.
Now, yeah, Sheldon, when I think of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Ministers, you know, all of them, they're going in reverse, you know. Nothing to go forward, you know, and you hear they talk about forward ever, backward never. But all of them, the whole Cabinet Ministers, all of them, brain is in reverse. Because I saw they come with two little fishing trawler right in Grenville. Right next to where it's called the Long Wall, where hotspot was.
Yeah.
And I see they come with two little fishing trawler there. They have men dipping the sargassum out in the water there, like when you dipping for frying fish and throwing on board. The little trawler can bring show a truckload of seaweed. I came from Grenville with my little boat, a little 13-feet pier. I got to do little fishing with. And I go alongside them, so I want to know what they were dipping in the water. Like you know them tennis bat net. Something so I see the dipping.
You're serious.
Which he could have said them for about whole 3 weeks to full this boat of seaweed.
My goodness.
Is my what they was making with that? They said they come up in Grenville to take all the seaweed out in the water and bring a show. Well, better than many cast a saying and ask people to come and pull this in a show. So when I look at this, since this government coming take office, there is backward and bringing down the wasting taxpayers' money and putting Grenada down in a pit, deeper and deeper every day. And still for some of us in Grenada, like we dumb, we blind everything. We can see what's going on in this country. But they don't realize the bigger world, the people outside, they're seeing everything what taking place in Grenada here. There is nothing to hide. You have no secret throughout the world again. Science and technology, you could see throughout the whole world. Like just trying to say the tip of a finger, and you could see throughout the world. Anyway, Sheldon.
Yes, my brother. So
you're doing a very good job. Continue what you're doing. And I think you're trying to educate Grenadians, but some just playing. They're on deaf ears. So I think what you're doing, continue doing it, and to help Grenadians. You're doing a great job to educate the Grenadians and to help us in this country here, Sheldon. Have a blessed night.
All right, my brother. Thank you. Yes, indeed. I look at net like a tennis net now. My goodness. But you see, you know why they did that, right? Because they want to be able to send a cameraman and take a picture of the boat out there now. When it's filled with seaweed, the sargassum, when it's filled with it, to say, hey, we're doing a lot of work over there. Look, we're taking up the sargassum and so on. Where people don't understand that, as the caller said, it would take weeks using the methodology that they're using. These are the people that said they had the connection in Martinique for a special boat. I don't know why none of my stuff is showing up tonight. These are the people that say they had a special boat contact with the people in Martinique. They could get it and they could use it. So the people of Soubise and Marquis, the people at Telescope and the tongue of Grenville, are not supposed to be having this problem under the NDC. They tell you all, they come and they make a lot of statements regarding sargassum. A lot of statements. They tell you all they would be able to do this, they would be able to do that. These are the people that told you all that they had the solution for everything. Yeah, they said they had the solution for it. They knew how to deal with these things. But we're finding out now there is a totally different situation. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get on to tonight's show.
It might be too dangerous. Think about it first. Don't jump. Once you leave the rock, don't jump. And not turning back. No. Try to avoid this.
Someone just messaged me in relation to the last night's show with the piglets. They say, okay, you know, there's quality meats and okay, all right, yeah. So they have a calculation there with the pigs, and so Jenny go deal with all you and them pigs.
Everyone's giving a chance, and all these strides you have made to progress that will fade.
Hey, good night to you, Mr. Handsome. Good night to you, the geezer.
Be a leader and don't just follow, or you could end up following clowns, or you could be like birds that should be soaring, but somehow can get off the ground.
Yeah, just checking through the messages, yeah?
Be taken. Make sure you take a long hard look, and one thing to always remember,
because I'm seeing some inflows in it was Dominica and so on with the sargassum, and I also saw a warning on one of those weather channels and so on about an influx of sargassum. So I'm hoping that we go on a little more than the two boat leaders used to fish there, than having those two boats come up with things like little tennis net. These looking nets and them just about this size dipping out sargassum. Joke are they making with that?
It might be too dangerous.
I've also heard of situations where they have guys who are supposed to be removing sargassum and they don't have proper equipment, boots and gloves and all these things. They don't have the proper equipment.
About it, my brother.
And as I tell somebody, when you always see them thing, take the picture and send it over. If I have to bar somebody's face or cut out somebody's voice something from it, I go do it. Send the videos, send the pictures.
And don't take chances if you are ever in doubt. You must thoroughly investigate. You can afford to make
440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program.
Shooting at what you can see or looking for needles in the dark. Are you in a hurry going somewhere, but the horse is behind the cart? I saw people who thought by all means they made all the right decisions. Now they live.
You know, I think I need somebody who is coming in from New York. Anybody coming in from New York, hit me an inbox message. Yeah, give me an inbox message that you're coming in and you are willing to carry a small package. Small. When I say small package, may mean something big so. When I say small, I mean small. Yeah? Nice.
Drowning in the deep. What I'm trying to tell you, don't jump unless you're sure about it. Don't jump. Don't act like you're bad. Don't jump.
And remember, folks, donations. Those of you that can donate, I think I see one person so far. Those of you that can donate, please.
No, try to avoid this.
Remember, all you have to do is you have to go over to, in fact, I'll use this one, yeah. You could go over to these, right? You could go to the pay.gotofet.com/484. You can go there. It is safe. You can use there and you can send your donation. Or you can also use PayPal for those of you that use PayPal. PayPal.me/SheldonScott473. You can use either or, and you can get your messages over to us. Wait, that was fast. Somebody done message me already. Papa, yo. Talking points. Yes, indeed. All right, my dear. I shall be calling you as soon as the program is done. Yeah, before I could even think that I don't get message already. You know? Yeah, man. Beautiful.
It's already clear. Look before you leave. Cause what you saw you read.
Yeah, giving you all the opportunity to call, eh?
Don't end up.
Also, I was mentioning some of the road projects and I realized some people go vex with me. Closure. All kind of, listen, for most of the year last year, all we hearing is back and forth with the closure and all kind of thing. And the missing MP. That's why she went up there and they cuss her and tell her when she asking them what they would like to see. Let me tell you, in my view, it just shows how out of touch these members of parliament on the NDC side are, that they now have to come to you and ask you what you want. For Claudette to be knocking people's door this hour, what River Road people want? They want a real MP. Because right now they have an MP that ain't talking on behalf of them. You ain't know that MP talking about the River Road project. I talking about the River Road project more than the MP. You hear him saying, well, this is important for the people of the tongue of St. George. Are you? I talk, you go run and talk about it now. They will tell him, hey, them men calling you out on it. You go run and talk about it now, but it's after I say what I say tonight. Talk about what the people in the tongue of St. George are really going through. You're talking about Cuba, Palestine, all over the world, all over here. The people at the tongue of St. George want you to talk on their behalf of what is going on. That's why they voted you in. Yeah? But that is why they're going to vote in Troy Noel. When the elections come around, they're going to vote him in because he will not only be their voice, but he will be the action man to get things done. 4 years a project sit down in your constituency. No movement taking place on it, and you ain't had nothing to say. 4 years a project that can endanger life and limb, property, jobs, everything. And you ain't saying nothing, but you're finding time to speak on all other things around the world and all kind of things. You ain't speaking on that? Okay. All right. Okay then.
We want Grenadians at home to
440-7377.
call him. We love Grenada like the hills love the Grand.
So now the NDC candidates and MPs now know that they have to go to the people and ask them what they want. Well, it says to me, and it says to anybody with sense, that they were never around these people for the last 4 years, because if I am your MP, if I shall not ever take up myself and decide I go in and run for election, and I find I have to come to you after 4 years to come and ask you what you want, I don't run in. Because I didn't come and check you in the 4 years. I supposed to know what your daily blood pressure is by that time. That is me, if I operate in. I know it was your daily blood pressure. I knowing who children in school, I knowing when they're graduating, I knowing everything. Because I would have spent time around you. But the mere fact that to come now, grinning, I just making a pass. I come to find out what all they really want. Now you want to know what they want? You was the MP for the last 4 years. It's a good thing the NNP did not to go and ask people that again. Because the NNP kept in contact with people over the last 4 years, and that is how they were able to develop the draft of their manifesto. Woo, look at people coming. I could talk in all you. Yeah? So the NNP were able to do. They didn't come in and try and bamboozle people as, oh, we come in and ask all you want. No. We had to hold listening sessions with people to hear what they want. All you should shame to go and sit down in any of them listening session. All you should shame. Because it means Ollie was not seeing this person for the last 4 years to be able to talk to them and say, hey, this is what we really need in the area. The youth in this area, this is what they need. The elderly need A, B, and C. That our roads are in this situation, our bridges in this situation, our school needs this. You, Mr. MP, spend so much time in the air. Mr. NDC MP, Kate don't have to go around and ask people what they want and thing. She could go and reconnect with them. She could go and talk with them and say, I'm making a pass. I check in and see how things going. And she would be welcome because they know she has always been there with them. Kate Skeeter Louis Peters has been with her people. Short boss might be short, but she has been standing with her people. All 5 feet. She has been standing with her people. So she had to go and ask them now. Well, all you know, are trying to find out what all you want. No. Off the top of her head, she could rattle off what has been going on in the constituency and the issues in different areas within the constituency and so. Because she has been standing with her people. The same goes with the Honorable Emlyn Pierre. She had to go down in cafe or go up in Mama Can. Hey, Mama Can people. She had to go up there now and try and find out what they want. She has been there amongst them. Even I could tell them what they want right now. They want back the community center. They want back the drumming program. They want back the computer program for the children in Mama Can's. I could tell you off the top of the bat that is some of the things that Mama Can people want. But all you have to go up there and ask the Mama Can, what you want? What you want to see? All you have to go up there and ask now. I could tell, I ain't even living in Mama Can and I could tell you that's what they're looking for. I could tell you what some of the telescope people want, and it includes not passing any bomb in between them again to kill them and the family. That is one of the things that they want. Protection from the NDC. That is what they need, you know. Telescope people need protection from the NDC because they ain't getting protection by the NDC. And the Honorable Emlyn Pierre has been there and continues to be there, standing with her people. So she had to go and ask them, what do you want? She go back and she check with them. All you have anything additional all you want? I check in on this. Remember we did talk about that thing? I'm looking to put that down in the manifesto. What do you think about it? NDC had to go and say, what do you want? Yeah? All the MPs, you Prime Minister, people been coming and seeing you in your office, all kind of thing, and you still have to go around now and asking people what they want? That just shows the disconnect from these people from the nation. They've been living high life for the last 4 years. They have been living high life for the last 4 years. They've been spending that time flying first class all parts of the earth. Running in Dubai. They're afraid to go in Dubai now because Mr. Parcel left, right, and center. So they want to go in Dubai now. But they've been spending that time. Yeah? Well, somebody just tell me the wall in Mama Can's playing field supposed to start before Carnival. Under the Honorable Emlyn Pierre, the wall in Mama Can's would have been completed 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It would have been completed already. But they now they're trying to buy Mama Can people. They feel Mama Can people like that? Are they trying to buy them? Mama Can people can't be bought. They are decent people and hardworking people. You can't buy them. Can't buy Grenadians in general. Or you could buy a political party, but you can't buy Grenadians. Except if they name number 10. You could buy them so. Yeah, you could buy a number 10. But you can't buy Grenadians generally. And that is what has been taking place. These people feel at the last minute they won't come with some money and they go buy you. They feel they're going to come and they're going to tell you what you want. And somebody might say, Lord, my fridge ain't working good enough. Next thing you see, a fridge reach. Or Lord, my stove ain't working good enough. And a stove might reach. That's what they feel they could come and they could buy you. You heard the Prime Minister say already. If you're hungry mouth, yeah, Anybody could buy you. That is, the man is telling you how he does think. He telling you all how he does think. He telling you all that he believes that they could buy people. Well, look, somebody just messaged me. Well, this is the worst. Claudette says she come to have meeting about NDC manifesto. Nobody come out. She begged. Lol, nobody came. Now they were talking about People's Manifesto. Next thing you will hear, they want to put in People's Law. They will suspend the Constitution and say we are ruling by People's Law. People's Law 2026 number 1. Jail all of them who talking against us. People's Manifesto. Set of revolutionary wannabes. And I'm not disappointed because I kind of expect different things from certain people. But I'm so disappointed in those of you that call yourselves progressives or who are supporters of the Grenada Revolution and allowing yourselves, this is not even a carbon copy, you know. This is not even a carbon copy. At least a carbon copy does look a bit like whatever you write on the top. It goes kind of reproduce that. This is not a carbon copy, you know. This is a wannabe. Wannabe revolutionaries. They want to be like Maurice. They want to be like Norris Bain. They want to be like the revolution and the revolutionaries. But it's a bunch of paff that day. How could you say that you are progressive? How could you say that you are progressive and support them people? How could you support something like that? How could you say that you are a revolutionary or a former revolutionary? How could you say that and support that kind of people? Them lumpen. That is what you supported? My goodness. All you should shame. All you should shame to say that how all you supporting something like that. And you all were part and parcel of the revolution. Anybody that was part and part of the revolution should separate themselves from that organization called the NDC. Trying to usurp the mentality of that period of time. No, I'm not a supporter of the revolution and that kind of thing. Me, I'm no supporter of that. But I'm saying it as it is. All you should shame. You're coming out and think, like, oh, yes, we doing thing which way? But joke all they making with that. Joke they making with this. If there was Mando that stand up with Cuba, that is what they do. Bunch of coward talking about cowardice, and you sit down in a cabinet that when the time comes to stand up for Cuba, all you run and hide, all you duck, all you went and duck. I thought all it was Bajan. That is why I'm telling Grenadians, don't be afraid of these people. You cannot afford to be afraid of these people. These people are cowards. Yes, all you just do all you have to do, man. Yes, I've seen some information coming there. Nice. Yes, do all you have to do. Do what all you had to do. Because election night, Claudette shall be crying again. And she ain't going to be crying tears of joy. I could guarantee you that. Election night, she will be crying. And it will not be tears of joy. Yeah, it will not be tears of joy. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, I shall not guarantee you all tonight that she will be crying election night and it will not be tears of joy. There will be great weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth in her camp. Great weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth. You think Dr. Mitchell don't know what the people of Northwest, what Adrian just come and he know what the people of St. George Northwest looking for and what they need and which areas need addressing within the constituency. And he just there a few months. But these people sit down in office 4 years. 4 years. Running around St. Mark and all these places they right now like if all you have a chance. Running around St. Mark and think, what you want? Up in St. Patrick like headless chicken. Oh, come to this meeting now. We having a People's Manifesto meeting. And the only people that are really coming out to these things are the people that are benefiting from all you. Because there are people that are benefiting from all your family, all your close friend, and all your undercover. Let me leave that part alone. I ain't going to talk about the undercover thing. We're going to leave that alone. But all your family and all your close friends, that is who benefiting from all you. And that is who showing up in these meetings and them. You watching the picture of these meetings and them. And you all have to try and close in the camera as much as possible because there hardly anybody in them thing there. And some of them repeating from one meeting to the other. And these are the people that you all bringing together and trying to get information from. But these are the same people you're seeing all the time because they're part of your party group. They're part of your branch. Some of them coming wearing branded outfits. So it's not an open thing for everybody to come to his NDC activities. So you're telling me even within your own organization, you don't know what the people want? That you have to bring them together to find out that? It is because they've been spending their time in Dubai. It is because they're trying to fly to Rwanda and Kenya and all these places and Nigeria and Ghana and so on. And they want to go and represent Grenada in African clothes. Now they have to try and find out what Grenadians want. They could bring 20 of the influencers from wherever they want. Because we hear the money that they pay in certain people. Remember the last election, they pay a set of influencers in Trinidad to come and spread the message and to say all kind of thing about what's going on in Trinidad. All man who was brushing their teeth with toilet cleaner and all kind of thing, that the man come and ringing bell and lighting candle and saying, NDC, NDC. All kind of fellas who had to come and then end up in problems with Andy Williams for their money. That all these fellas that they were paying to inundate Grenadians with negative messages against the new National Party. Watch out for them. Some of the same pages you all keep saying, I keep warning you all, and some all your head hard. Because you all are feeding the animal that is coming back to devour you. Some of these Facebook pages that you all going on, and you all taking them as news pages, and you go in there and anything they say is true. Why they had to take down the story about me the other day? Why they had to rush and pull it? Why they had to take it down? They had to take it down because it is not true. But it's because it's Sheldon Scott and they feel they could have just say something about me and I wouldn't say anything. That is why I put out the post that I put out and made it clear that they don't know me, they don't know anything about me. These people don't know me. My friends are I have a few friends, you know. Few friends I have. I have a lot of acquaintances. But very few friends. So these people don't know me. Coming out and talk like if they had some conversation with me. So that's why I put it straight. Careful who you're taking news from. Because some of these people have their own individual agenda. The same way they pay them in Trinidad the last time. They have some in Grenada they're paying right now. And some outside of Grenada. That they have the plan to start paying. So then to put out information from the day after Carnival, the Wednesday. These people have to be putting out certain information. So careful. Be very careful. Be aware of what they are doing and what is taking place. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with you. And according to what all your message and tell me, we go decide if we're doing a Friday night program this week. All you go decide. Not me. All you go decide. Folks, remember, I'm going to put it up in a short while. You'll see the graphic there. Remember, donations. Because I just see something coming there. And I realize we have payments that we need to make. And we need to make urgently. All right, folks. So that's all the time for Talking Points tonight. And whatever you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Unlike people who went in gala for the last 4 years and couldn't speak with you. Now they have to come and try and talk to you. They spend their time in Dubai and gala. That's where they was. Or dancing the juju in Nigeria. That's where they went. Yeah? Folks, I am out. Do have a wonderful remainder of the night.
We'll take it to a different level. Tell the can stop all the makiki and go have on the country. For those who don't understand, everything is a gala, van is gala and no gala. everything is gala. We had the best prime minister. Everything is gala. They even praising his sleepers. But I say I must confess, nowadays I cannot rest. I'm suffering with gala stress. I tell you, big increase in gun crime, still EPM going online. Well, this is the nation cry. He don't care who live or die, but gala, can go gala. People panic, they afraid to sleep. Country lacking leadership. Some searching for answer. Not one word to the media, but gala, and more gala. But while they dining, partying, and they having fun, we shooting one another with guns. And to the authority, that's nothing. Everything is gala. We had the best prime minister. If to hear them gala, they even praising his sleepers. But I say I must confess, nobody's afraid to rest. I suffering with gala stress. People frightened, afraid to talk. PM meeting with knife and fork. Dressing fancy clothing, while in Radisson jamming in gala and more gala. Independent man, big fanfare. Drone flying everywhere. They have no discipline. They stop roadside vending for gala and more gala. But while they dining, partying, and they having fun, some people don't know where the next meal coming from. While they fetting, and to the authority, that's nothing. Everything is gala. We had the best prime minister. If to hear them gala, they even praising his sleepers. But I say I must confess, nowadays I cannot rest. I suffering